I die today, I'ma go and get some money. If I die today, I'ma go and get some money. If I die today, if I die today.
Cold flows for a cold mind, see a new world, but I'm so blind. Kick rocks when your time's up, better start digging like a coal mine. Cold heart, seen cold times, it's a bold move, but the sunshine raise up when you...
Good morning, new 1%. It's Satoshi Boomin coming at you with another video. Guys, please leave about 4-5 comments down below and hit that subscribe button. I got my hot tea and honey loaded, ready to go. Let's get this show started. We're talking about VeChain, guys, so hit that like button for me. Alright, so I want to talk a little bit about the geopolitical effects of VeChain. This is actually a great article here. Let's take a look. So, we all know that VeChain is based out of Singapore. However, they do a lot of their work in China. So, there's a big misconception out there that VeChain is a quote-unquote China coin. But they do a lot of work in China. And that is something that we're going to have to look for in the future. So this is a really good article. Let's take a look at it. Let's run through it. We're not going to go through the whole thing, but there's some good points in here. VeChain has a favorable relationship with the People's Republic of China despite cryptocurrency fallacies. Local media reports VeChain is participating in China's 5-year National Development Plan, and VeChain's enterprise-grade solution is resilient to China's cryptocurrency restrictions, because of its quote-unquote decentralized governance nature. Now, I don't think that VeChain is decentralized. That's not FUD. It's not coming out of left field. We all know that Proof of Authority 2.0 is not decentralized, but it is scalable and it is fast. Scalable, fast, but not decentralized. The blockchain trilemma, the way it works is 20% of the voting rights goes to people who hold VeChain, 20% of VeChain rights go to the nodes, and 40% go to the authority node. So that's not decentralization, okay? We don't get to choose the authority nodes. VeChain Foundation does. But we are running a permission blockchain mechanism, which is definitely something that the state-controlled government of China does not fear. Of course, China, being a totalitarian government, they don't like decentralization. They don't like anything challenging the status quo. So, a permissionless blockchain ecosystem would not be in their best interest. VeChain was initially developed as a subsidiary of the Chinese blockchain firm Bytes. While decentralized blockchains have garnered a bad reputation in China for their anonymity and lack of traceability by government tracking, permission enterprise blockchains have gained traction. China views blockchain as a concern before researching new avenues of expanding the blockchain into a comprehensive government tool to enforce their state laws above anything else. There's some very concerning stuff coming out of China about social credit that I'm learning about more and more today. Man, I hope that their government regime changes. I think that as the old guard goes away and starts to move into a more older population, in China they're having a population problem too. All their citizens are old. I think hopefully that will change. We're starting to see some of that stuff in, I think, Taiwan, if I'm not sure. There's a lot of protests down there for freedom of speech and equality. So hopefully as the time shifts, the old guard government can leave, and then the new guard government with more democratic nature, a government who's more accepting of speech, less mass surveillance, can open itself up. But okay, so that's we all know that Chinese government and VeChain are working together. VeChain participated again in the Chinese Food Safety Summit as the only blockchain provider at the conference. We know that the Chinese government has praised VeChain profusely many times. Now, Let's take a look at some negatives of this. Because as investors, we need to know the positives and the negatives of every situation when it comes to our investments. Okay, guys, so let's take a look. Because VeChain, the price of VeChain, now I don't know about this, but the price of VeChain could become, quote unquote, more heavily influenced by the global perception of China than by Bitcoin's volatility. I don't really agree with that because the whole market moves because of Bitcoin. Okay, if Bitcoin goes to 50K, 60K, 70K, all right, VeChain is going to go right up with it. VeChain could be susceptible to international embargoes if countries were to decide that the protocol has stronger ties to China than other countries. That could be something that we should be concerned about, but not now. And VeChain could be faced with the difficult choice of deciding where to conduct business. That could also be a possibility as well. Geopolitics for a quote-unquote Chinese crypto. I don't want to call it a Chinese crypto because they're not based in China. They're based in Singapore. There's a difference. But they do a lot of stuff in China. So we'll go with it for now for the sake of the article. Global concerns about a Chinese digital hegemony are growing. As a report from the Pew Research Center indicates, China's public perception is heavily decreasing outside of China, outside of Asia. They also asserted that there are growing concerns of a number of Chinese state-owned or controlled entities that engage in international activities. Regardless, China is expected to have the highest growth in blockchain adoption as it favors its already digitized infrastructure. Okay, we already know. If you've been following this for the past year and a half, that China's planning on spending trillions with the T, dollars on blockchain, AI, cloud computing, and other sources. Geopolitical divisions are harmful to the global good. While this statement doesn't refer directly to blockchain, it can be argued that a worldwide blockchain solution similar to that applied to scale at China could help achieve some of the best outcomes. China's attitude so far has been to become the global quote-unquote rule maker in blockchain, and that the US and other countries have cautioned against using Chinese blockchain applications such as the EU1. In that regard, VeChain has managed to bypass suspicion on both sides. I would agree. Well, not really. I mean, Coinbase still has not added VeChain for some reason. Hopefully they do soon. While VeChain is a standalone blockchain service, it services one more entity and is not solely interested in serving China's best interests, at least not yet. VeChain has implemented its VTRust solution on a large scale in over 200 public places in China. Additionally, VeChain has also been implemented by San Marino. In that regard, VeChain has avoided the ire of national governments as its driving force is financial. I would agree with that too, guys. There's nothing really to worry about here, at least not right now. As crypto becomes more prevalent and as more and more people know about VeChain, guys, I really don't even think, this isn't a real concern right now. I mean, 99.9999999% of the entire world's population have no idea what VeChain is, guys. So we're still pretty niche. This should not concern you. Don't get fudded out. But again, it's something to think about for the future as crypto and VeChain become more and more prominent. Hopefully they can get more partnerships a bit spread out. We already have partnerships in Africa with Medini Metal. Don't forget that. We have partnerships bridging French producers and Chinese buyers. So we have things in France. We have things all over around the world. Don't forget Storybird and Producers Market. Them creating stories and helping track and trace all these items on the VeChainThor blockchain from all across the world. Okay. So again, nothing to be worried about, just something to have in the back of your mind for the future as things unfold. Got some bad news here. This is pretty sad. Binance CEO says he's willing to step down as the world's biggest crypto exchange welcomes regulation. This is sad because I like CZ a lot. And I don't want to see him go. He's actually pretty funny on Twitter. Binance CZ says he's willing to step down from his role as cryptocurrency exchange seeks to become more of a financially regulated institution. The company has come under intense regulatory scrutiny lately as authorities around the world seek to clamp down on the fast-growing crypto industry. And Binance aims to set up a number of regional headquarters around the world and will seek licenses wherever they're available. So it looks like they don't have any quote-unquote plans to step down soon, but I think that if he's already saying this, they've talked about it. And I would not be surprised that within the next year or 2 years, CZ will no longer be the CEO of Binance. Yeah, they're clamping down on a lot of stuff, guys. You know, you can't even use your VPN to get to Binance anymore. It's a little bit lame, but that's just the way it is. It's always DeFi. We're not worried. They close down one thing, there's another thing that's going to open up. So there's always a way to buy your precious little shit coins, guys. Don't worry. All right, guys, we have Eisenreich, Ubiquity and Millennial Title. Nathan Wozniak and Wes Williams join a chip ridge of millennials to discuss the launch of Smart Escrow and its positive impact on the escrow industry, title industry. Their NFT collaboration with Real Items gets a shout out at 3225. So if you take a look here, you can take a look at the podcast here. Let's take a look. 3225, I think that's what it was.
The challenges that you
on in connection with various other providers like Real Items to essentially create an NFT for the title insurance industry. I mean, I don't want to get into the weeds about that because I know that that we're kind of here talking about the Smart Escrow product. But yeah, I mean, there's obviously other crypto type applications that could be beneficial to the real estate industry and the title industry in particular in the near future. But yeah, that's kind of getting off topic.
Well, no, I think that just once again what it demonstrates is that this is a long pathway ahead into the future, and there's so many opportunities. So it's nice to collaborate with groups and companies that do see the long vision ahead, because there's, like anything else, it's going to be a process, and we've identified the if you even want to call it low-hanging fruit, which people probably would debate what that particularly is. What we see as the low-hanging fruit as it relates to where millennial title and encrypted estates stands in our relationship with Ubiquity is creating that onboard and off ramp.
So you guys can take a look at that millennial title on Twitter. Pretty awesome. Check out the whole interview. It's pretty interesting. We got me, Ree, here, guys. Today I migrated all VeChain testnet related servers, APIs, connections, DNS records to the new VBlocks infrastructure supported by the VeChain grant program. Up until now, everything works like a charm. Mainnet will be integrated next week. Pretty awesome. And then finally, this is VTHO.exchange, guys. Pretty awesome. Pretty easy way to do any swaps. Here are the instructions. Select VET or VIP 180 token on your VeChain mobile wallet. Open the QR scanner in the top right corner. Scan the QR code to the right here. Enter the amount you'd like to swap. Must be higher than a minimum. And complete the transactions. And don't send any funds directly from an exchange. The VeTHO.exchange will be doing all its swaps through Vex Exchange. So that's pretty awesome. And if you click here, you can copy this address too. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the show. Again, longer videos will be coming. It's just been crazy busy. This job is demanding, and now They're making me come back to the office for no reason. Absolutely no reason. Like, I don't know why I still can't work from home, but hey, it is what it is. So we're going to have to go ahead and end this soon. So 972 days, the next Bitcoin block halving. Taking a look here, guys. The markets look pretty good. Let's go ahead and give this a refresh. Markets did look pretty good, but they still look pretty good too. Bitcoin's flirting with 40K. A lot of our favorite coins are doing the dash as well. XRP is up almost onto $1 again. Yeah, just hodl, guys. We're going to be all right. We are going to be A-okay. All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for you today. Don't let your memes be dreams. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon with the Cardano updates. Have a good day.